Oh, hello there, yes. Another week begins. Dangerously close to another bank holiday, whatever that might mean. Anyway, today I think we'll have a quick look at the goings-on at the Court of Westminster. Increasingly, with a government as on the ropes and tired as this, it gets to look like court politics. And poor old Suella Braverman, oh, bless her, she's in a bit of a tiz this morning, isn't she? Because apparently she was caught speeding and did various things with her civil servants that she shouldn't have done, basically to try and squirrel out of having to meet ordinary people. Read between the lines whatever you want with that. But the intriguing thing this morning is the different papers and what they're saying about it. For example, you would expect normally the Daily Mail to come out in support, but yesterday the Mail on Sunday's comment was the rules apply to everyone, Suella, because even though this was a paper that sort of was saying 7 months ago that Cruella has to come back because she's the only one that can sort out the immigration thing, it also remains that sort of on the side of the more kind of liberal Gove, because in many ways he was married to Sarah Vine, side of the party. So they will come down against. The Telegraph, which has basically has decided, I think, to go with whoever appears to be more of a fascist in the cabinet, has Suella Braverman victim of smear campaign as migration battle splits cabinet. And the Daily Express, who always have to tell enormous porkies to their readers no matter what, has Suella Braverman is the target of sinister moves to topple robust MPs. Yes, indeed, but if only that was true, if only she actually was robust, if any of them were actually robust, but they just look like the world's most seriously incompetent human beings. And what we get to see, pressing our nose up against the glass like Victorian street urchins, is machinations within the party to basically as to which wing of them is going to be in charge when the inevitable rout appears vis-a-vis an election, if they can manage to not squirm out of that one. Again, I really do believe that they will try and squirm out of an election. So yesterday, for example, you can't make this stuff up. We actually had the sight of Therese Coffey, who, let's face it, is a kind of benchmark of incompetence. I mean, there is nothing that woman can do. Nothing, as far as I'm aware. She is like that 65-year-old woman in the office who is patently just waiting for retirement. Yeah? She's still got 2 years to go, probably, but she's not going to do anything at all. And we had her at the weekend, supposedly out to defend the government's record, and failing miserably. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you with a video of her, an exasperated Sophie on Sky. Do have a nice day. But, I'm often struck by the fact that we are merely bit players in these people's lives to such a large extent that they just don't ever have to care about anything other than what their mates think. And, it's not really a democracy, is it, eh?
Well, I think it's a case of reading that it was decided that civil servants shouldn't get involved in that. That's the details that I just don't have, Sophie. And I don't make it my business to go around phoning people at 7:20 in the morning when I've just read a bit of newspaper to look into this.
Do you not? Do you just don't think it's a big deal if it's true then? Because you seem to be quite relaxed about it. It is a big deal, isn't it? She's asking the taxpayer-funded civil service to get involved in her personal affairs.
I think that what I've said is I've scanned the newspapers myself this morning before coming on the show. I'm not in the business of phoning people at about 7:20 in the morning to try and get chapter and verse from a
Or
from a
even if they
colleague.
might have broken the ministerial code.
I
Might
think,
be worth a message, surely.
Well, I mean, you're making all sorts of allegations. There's different elements. I'm just not aware of the details, Sophie. And as I say, at the same time, is clear is that Suella now has those 3 points on her licence, and she's getting on with the job about tackling particularly illegal migration, but also the wider security elements of our country.
I'm just trying to get the facts, though. I'm not really making allegations because I don't know what happened. That's why I'm trying to find out. You know, her spokesperson saying she accepts she was speeding last summer and regrets doing so. She took the 3 points and paid the fine last year. I mean, that is answering a completely different question. The question is, did she ask civil servants to get involved in what many would see to be an abuse of power?
Well, you've read the same things that I've read in the newspaper as well this morning. I don't have any more details than that, and it's not for me to start speculating about what did or didn't happen.
OK, I'm not really sure what to say, to be honest. OK, that's the position. OK,